Imagine being asked to sacrifice what you love most in this world. 4,000 years ago, one man faced that ultimate test of faith, and his choice sparked a tradition that nearly 2 billion people around the world continue to honor today. Welcome to Journey of Imaan. Today, we're diving deep into one of Islam's most significant celebrations, Eid ul-Adha. But this isn't just about a holiday. It's about understanding a story so powerful that it's echoed through millennia, shaping the lives of millions of families every year. If you've ever wondered why Muslims sacrifice animals during this time, or what this ancient story teaches us about faith, family, and devotion, you're in the right place. Let's explore the remarkable legacy of Prophet Ibrahim. Our journey begins over 4,000 years ago in ancient Mesopotamia. Meet Ibrahim, known as Abraham in Christianity and Judaism. He wasn't just an ordinary man. He was chosen by Allah as a prophet, a messenger of divine truth. But Ibrahim's journey wasn't easy. He lived in a world filled with idol worship, where people bowed down to statues of stone and wood. He questioned everything, searching for the one true God by observing the stars, the moon, the sun, until he found his faith in Allah. His conviction brought persecution. His own people threw him into a fire, but by Allah's will, he survived. And that was just the beginning of his tests. Allah honored Ibrahim with the title *Khalilullah, the friend of Allah. But even friendship with the divine came with trials that tested the depths of his soul. After decades of waiting, Ibrahim was blessed with a son, Ishmael. Imagine his joy. Ishmael was his hope, his future, the answer to years of prayers. Then came a dream that would change everything. Imagine being an elderly man, finally blessed with a child after so many years, only to receive a dream, a vision from Allah, commanding you to sacrifice that very son. In Islam, the dreams of prophets are considered divine revelations. Ibrahim knew this wasn't just his subconscious, it was a command from Allah. For 3 nights, he had the same dream. Each time, the message was clear. But here's what makes this story so powerful. Ibrahim didn't blindly obey. He wrestled with his emotions. The Quran tells us that when Ibrahim shared his dream with Ishmael, his son's response was remarkable. O my father, do what you are commanded. You will find me, if Allah wills, among the patient. Imagine that, a young boy, willing to support his father's faith even if it meant sacrificing his own life. Together, they set out for Mount Arafat, the very same place where millions of pilgrims gather during Hajj today. This was no coincidence. This was the place where ultimate submission to Allah would be tested. On the way, the devil, Shaitan, tried 3 times to dissuade Ibrahim. Each time, Ibrahim threw stones at him, rejecting his temptations. Today, during Hajj, Muslims symbolically reenact this by stoning 3 pillars to show their rejection of evil. When they reached the top, Ibrahim laid his son down, placed the knife at his throat, and in that ultimate moment of submission, Allah intervened. Angel Gabriel called out, O Ibrahim, you have fulfilled the vision. And a ram from heaven was sent for Ibrahim to sacrifice instead. This wasn't about Allah wanting human sacrifice. It was about testing Ibrahim's willingness to put his trust in Allah above all else, even above his deepest love. So why does this ancient story matter today? Why do Muslims commemorate this event every year during Eid ul-Adha? First, it's about sacrifice and devotion. Eid al-Adha, or the Festival of Sacrifice, honors Ibrahim's unwavering faith. Muslims mark this by sacrificing an animal, not a human, and sharing the meat with family, friends, and especially the needy. But the lessons go deeper. Trust in Allah's plan even when we don't understand why something is happening. The importance of family Ishmael's unwavering support for his father's faith. Social responsibility sharing with the poor and needy, a reminder of our duty to others. Overcoming inner struggles just as Ibrahim resisted Shaitan's whispers, we all face moments when we must choose between what's easy and what's right. You don't have to be Muslim to appreciate this story's universal lessons. Whether you're Christian, Jewish, Hindu, Buddhist, or have no religious affiliation, there's wisdom here that speaks to the human experience. We all face moments of difficult choice. We all have things we love that sometimes conflict with what we know is right. We all struggle with trust, whether that's trust in God, the universe, or simply the process of life. Ibrahim's story reminds us that true growth often comes through sacrifice, not always in grand gestures, but in the daily choice to put principles over convenience, love over selfishness, and faith over fear. Today, Eid ul-Adha is celebrated by nearly 2 billion Muslims worldwide. From Indonesia to Morocco, from Nigeria to Turkey, families gather to share meals, exchange gifts, and remember Ibrahim's legacy. The celebration usually lasts 3 to 4 days. Families wake early for special prayers and then carry out the tradition of Qurbani *, the sacrificial offering. But this isn't just about ritual. 1/3 of the meat goes to the family, 1/3 to friends and neighbors, and 1/3 to the poor, ensuring that even the most vulnerable can celebrate. In a world where nearly 800 million people face hunger, this tradition reminds us of our responsibility to one another. As I researched this story, one thing struck me deeply. Ibrahim could have reasoned his way out of this test. He could have told himself, surely God doesn't really want me to harm my child. But instead, he chose to trust completely, even when he couldn't see the outcome. How often are we asked to trust the process, even when it's hard? Whether it's leaving a comfortable job to pursue our dreams, ending an unhealthy relationship, or simply choosing to be honest when it's easier to lie, these are our own moments of sacrifice. Ibrahim's story isn't just about religious devotion. It's about the courage to live authentically, even when it's difficult. So the next time you hear about Eid ul-Adha, remember that you're witnessing the continuation of a story that began over 4,000 years ago, a story of a father's love, a son's trust, and a moment of divine mercy that continues to inspire millions of people around the world to be more generous, more faithful, and more connected. The story of Qurbani is the story of Prophet Ibrahim's unwavering devotion, his readiness to sacrifice his beloved son, Ishmael. But it's also a story of divine mercy, a reminder that when we trust completely, we are never truly alone. What did you think of Ibrahim's story? Have you ever faced a moment where you had to choose between what you wanted and what you believed was right? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video helpful or learned something new, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content that explores the stories, traditions, and wisdom that connect us all as human beings. And if you celebrate Eid ul-Adha, Eid Mubarak to you and your family. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Subscribe for more.